Hi, we're Not Literally Productions. I'm Ginny.
I'm Dana.
And I'm Erik.
And this is the behind the scenes video for our Gryffindor House Pride music video.
This video is our third installment of our Hogwarts series, where we're doing all four houses. Yep.
Yeah. We really liked the concept, the whole feeling of being outside and kind of having like a
party with your friends.
Yeah.
I thought that really fit Gryffindors really well too, because like if you think about how the houses are going to party, you got Gryffindors. You think, yeah, they're kind of the jocks, kind of preppy.
They're tailgating.
They're gonna go out tailgate. They're gonna play sports, and so I think that worked out really well with
How do you
conceptually.
Another thing is that we wanted to give it sort of a structured plot line, more like, so that the video would have a plot arc to it that would be easy to follow. So we added a pickup Quidditch match so that we could see, oh, who's gonna win, but obviously it's Gryffindors, this is the video. And we also added a little love story with Ari, the Gryffindor from Mask Hogwarts, which is me when you're ready. In the past, we tried to incorporate a lot of like official Hogwarts school uniform costuming, and for this, it didn't seem realistic for them to be partying in their school uniforms outside. So
with the top button.
Yeah, so we did something. We did something we referred to as Gryffindor casual, which was just like red and gold day-to-day clothes.
So like jeans and a red hoodie, and
we just decided to sort of color code the clothes in a way that they never did in the movies because we wanted it to be clear that it was a Gryffindor video. We also borrowed 2 letter jackets from some of Dana's old high school classmates.
My high school colors were Gryffindor colors, which would be money, except for that I'm a Slytherin, so it's only half money.
So we wanted to kind of prepify the group a little, and the letter jackets really
jocks.
helped. Yeah.
If that's over at 1.8, you throw the thread back on there. Susie, you're doing pretty good. A couple under.
Your line of sight is going to be just about right above the tree.
Yes, correct.
Just like before, Eric's going to call out directions, just like before.
Excellent. Nice work. Very good. Everybody look right. Everybody look left. Okay, cut.
We also got to incorporate some of the official school uniform costuming in with the dancers because they were wearing white button-downs and ties, but we also kind of California girls did up by adding the shorts and the tennis shoes.
And the Quidditch socks.
Yeah.
Thanks to Olivons for those.
Yeah, we got a lot of great props from Olivons. We got some robes.
Brooms. Yeah.
Brooms. What else did we get? Was it the...
Well, we got a bunch of different house sweaters, the gray with the red and gold piping
Quidditch
and
sweaters.
the Quidditch sweaters, the red with the big gold stripe. And then we got 2 beautiful brooms from them.
You can spot those in a couple of scenes where the Quidditch players are actually walking to the lake carrying the brooms. In addition to the 2 Olivons brooms, we also had a full-size broom that one of Miss Friends had made.
Made for us by our awesome friend Jared Reese. And we'll link in the description to his awesome Etsy site full of all kinds of
He sells, wands, miniature brooms, super cute.
Yeah, when you order a broom online, they end up being about 3 feet long. Nothing really that looks
That's
like
not
you
gonna
could.
support your weight in
IQA
the air.
standard.
Yeah, but the one that we had made was like 6 feet long, 6 feet tall. What?
Yeah, I was saying the Olivons brooms are IQA standard.
Oh, cool.
And I called her a nerd.
Excellent. That would be the International Quidditch Association, in case you didn't know what IQA was.
Oh, they know what IQA is.
Roll. Okay, and action. Oh, let's do it again. Back up. Okay. We thought that. Is that overexposed now? Or should it have been under? Is that better? Okay, let's do it again.
Our next order of business was finding a location to shoot. Originally, we had looked at doing it at a local lake near Denver.
Yeah, we looked at shooting maybe at Chatfield, which is like a little reservoir that's close by. The problem would be that we would never be able to get it all shot in one day, and gathering the same extras in the same costumes multiple days for different chunks of times would be really, really difficult.
And there are boats on that lake and stuff, which would require, what's the video equivalent of photoshopping something out?
That's about it.
Oh, technical jargon.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So Erik suggested that we actually rent a cabin and then go up to the mountains and shoot all of it in a weekend.
And we thought that was impossible.
Yeah, we were like, that's a crazy idea.
Eventually, I convinced him to do it though, because first of all, it would be fun. We get to go up into the mountains, and that way we have all of our extras there consistently.
Sorry, I'm standing on blocks.
Also, it's cutting your head off.
Hello, I got the letter that you sent to me, and you know that it really meant a lot to me. And you go on your pleasant voyage overseas, but you show back up in purple crank calligraphy. I dare say that it put a smile on my face in some way. We were once again in the same place and words collide, uniting us through time and space and today. I thought a lot about you, Grace.
Eventually, we got into contact with Jim, who offered to let us rent his cabin in Idaho Springs.
So we had 2 lakes right by the cabin, which was perfect because we had to simulate the Black Lake. Lots of trees and mountains in the background, which was really cool. So getting them all at one location where we could keep them there hostage, most likely, for like 3 days.
Yeah, so we lured everyone up there with the promise of like a party weekend in the mountains for free, and we would provide food, it'd be great. Ultimately what they got was early mornings, hard work, and freezing temperatures.
But they're still our friends, so we must be doing something right. Thank you guys.
Originally, temperatures were predicted to be in the 40s, which for Coloradans is t-shirt weather, but...
Yeah, big thing. And then a surprise cold front came in last minute after everything had been paid for and people are gassing up their cars and getting ready to go, and all of a sudden it's well below freezing.
Yeah.
So we had to kind of improvise, and good thing we don't look as cold as we were because we were
Oh
popsicles.
my goodness. People are getting frostbite.
Mandy has frostbite and
No, I don't.
is my nose Gryffindor red yet?
We can
You're not
stay
getting
warm.
back tonight.
We can stay warm by doing the cha-cha slide.
Everybody
Clap your hands. So mute. Warm one?
No, not yet, I don't. How you doing?
Hey man, how you doing?
Fucking cool.
All right, we're gonna roll it again. I have some specific shots I'm getting.
The morning party and the warmer you'll be. Yep.
Yeah, consistently about, what would you say, 3 or 4 o'clock, this horrible freezing cold fog would
Would, like,
descend
roll
over the
down.
lake, and we would all be bathed in it and everything was gray. Like, those are not special effects.
No, those were
It's a
real.
good thing we had written
Some of
in
those shots
Dementors.
looked, yeah, some of those shots looked really good. So visually it was stunning, but it was very, very cold. So Friday was the first day we were shooting. Everybody, we got there at about noon, I think, which was good because one of the lakes that we went to scout turned out to be completely empty.
There had been
The
a drought.
Yeah, so we got back to the cabin around 2 o'clock, and that's when our first extras started showing up, right?
Yeah, so we went and shot the scene where everybody's walking down to the lake carrying all their stuff, ready to have a party. That was the first thing that we shot.
And it wasn't so cold then. The sun was shining and everybody's spirits were really high because we were all excited to start. And then after that was filmed, we moved on down to the lake and fog rolled in. And
Yeah,
then
we
it was
actually, we shot there for probably an hour or an hour and a half, and we only
Hour and a
kept 2 scenes from that, and it's the scene of the butterbeer being lifted out of the basket and the scene of the butterbeers clinking. The rest
That's
of them,
it.
we just looked too miserable.
This is what our faces looked like. It was really
Yeah,
cool.
it got,
We'll do a perfect take every time.
Doing one more verse here.
Everybody else come up a little bit closer.
Here we are, freezing for art. Oh, I didn't catch that. I'm gonna be moving around. It's been a lot of fun. I get to run the reflector right now. Yeah. Nice. Okay, we're just gonna roll the.
But more Gryffindors. Gryffindors would be the future.
Dorks, more like. I'm gonna put my hands on your ass. Yes, the question. Yes. Vigorous.
Couple people, the girls in the back, come around up front, please.
So the next morning, the dancers, and obviously everybody shooting, had a really early morning because dance call was first.
6 a.m.
Yeah, we wanted to be ready to go when the sun rose so that we get as much daylight as possible. We
So
only
we
had
had to get up for breakfast and coffee and hair and makeup and running through the choreography one last time to make sure everybody had it. And then we went down to the side of the lake before the sun was even up, so we were ready to go to take advantage of the really good lighting.
and it was miserably cold that morning. Like,
The wind was gusting down from, and you can Google this, Glacier Lake, which sounds cold, doesn't it? It was. So the wind was rushing down, and we would do a take as the dancers, and you know the hair is everywhere, and it looks really pretty. But as soon as the camera would stop rolling, and he would say, "Okay, go warm up," the dancers would scatter.
Okay, go and warm up. We need another few takes, but get warmed up.
cold. So they were doing this trying to look warm in about 10-degree weather.
We got really good at pouting and kind of making like whiny puppy dog noises, and then he would say action and we'd go like this with our faces. So that's a practice skill.
Yeah.
Tyra would be a problem.
You watch that sequence in the video and it actually looks fairly warm because it was sunny, but yeah, it was freezing cold. So yeah, we after the first shoot, after the Saturday dance sequence, it got really cold, so we decided to take a break. During that break, most of the extras went back up to the cabin, and then we started, because the lighting was so good with all the fog, we shot all the green screen shots as well. Yeah, that was also really cold, so we would shuttle people down from where we were shooting to the green screen location, and then we would have them hop off, get in the costume, get on the broom, which Ginny's dad made, which was fantastic.
The rig,
you need, for a broom rig, you need something that's painted entirely green, but you need to have it be, basically, one post was the goal, holding up a broom, so a single post and then the broom that would be able to support someone's weight, because then there would be as little trouble masking it out as possible. So my dad created this like ridiculous bright green wooden contraption that held the broom.
Yeah, I'd sent him some pictures of the actual rig that they used on the Harry Potter movies. He kind of based his design off that and ended up working really well.
Yeah, my dad's cool.
Yep.
Either a chaser or a keeper. Bill, this rig looks phenomenal. Thank you. It's so good. Perfect. Duck down. Look over your shoulder.
Oh, some players coming towards you. Hunker down.
Okay, I'm gonna run toward you. I'm gonna throw the quaffle and you're gonna miss. So give me a little bit faster, like, oh, I missed it. And then head down, just hang your head like this.
Don't throw your whole body over there.
Don't be afraid to go. Okay, I'm flying at you. I'm coming with the quaffle. Coming with the quaffle, and I threw it. You missed. Perfect.
Yeah,
very nice.
It's interesting telling people to do stuff and giving them direction to tell them how to fly, because most people just get on the broom and they sit there, and then that doesn't look like you're actually playing Quidditch. So Ginny and I were giving them all instructions.
I was sort of like narrating the game, like you're flying and oh, here comes the goal and you're shooting. Oh, you missed.
Yeah, and we had extra people helping out where we would throw the quaffle back and forth so they could pretend like they're shooting a goal.
Look over your other shoulder. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Duck down. Look over your shoulder. Look up here. Over here. Go ahead and give me a plunger swing. Forward. And swing. You're flying at the goal really fast, so duck left. Move right. And I want you to throw the ball hard into the green screen. Perfect.
Okay, duck and weave with it. You're waving through traffic, flying really fast.
And reach all the way out. Reach, like you're trying to get it, and you missed it.
Yeah, Sunday after breakfast, we had just a few shots left on our shot list to get through. Originally, we had something like a couple hundred shots that we had to get.
We wrapped up a couple of the ones that we were missing, and then we found that we had a little extra time, and it was kind of nice out comparatively because it was like noon, very sunny again.
Yeah. Sunday was probably our warmest day. I think it was only a little bit above freezing, but at that point it felt tropical just because of how cold it was.
But I mean, then we were out for 4 hours in it though, total. So we were freezing again by the end.
While we were filming, I was marking off all the shots that we had to get through, and eventually I got to the point where I was like, all right, I think they're all crossed off, and we went through and we reviewed it. Did a couple backup takes of stuff that we thought we might need, which turns out to always be helpful. You can never have too much. And I think we finished up around 2 o'clock, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the rest of the extras pretty much booked it out of there. We stuck around for a little while. We made sure to clean up the cabin head to toe because it's...
Look for lost and found items from the extras, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
We had 30 people there, so there was a lot of trash to clean up. Things get left behind. We had spare gloves and random sweatshirt and hats
shampoo
everywhere. Yeah.
All I wanted to do by that time was sit down.
Yeah.
So.
Which we did. We actually sat down. Jim made us some delicious chai tea, and we talked over what the next steps were for the video.
Yeah, that was a nice break. After everybody had finally left, Jim made us some tea, and we got to sit down and actually enjoy the cabin. Most of the extras at some point in the weekend didn't have anything to do, whereas us three during the whole weekend never got to sit down. We were always busy doing something. So we actually got to sit down for a couple hours and enjoy the cabin and the amazing view that was up there.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yep.
So after we shot everything and went home, the work was over for all the extras, and they were like, great, when's Gryffindors going to be done? But the work was only just beginning for Erik, especially. Dana and I helped him get through and log all the footage, which is where we watch all of the clips and then basically write down what's happening in them so that when he needs a specific clip, he knows where to find it.
Once we have the order finalized, then I can go through and start doing all the visual effects. A big part of the visual effects for the Quidditch was creating an entire 3D scene, an environment of the place that we were shooting, which meant a lot of trees, a lot of foliage, a lot of grass, and a lot of fog. So setting up that whole 3D scene took a long time, but that gave me the ability to render different angles, like straight down, if we wanted a straight down camera angle, stuff from the side, stuff that we needed to make the Quidditch scene interesting.
And the who. Yeah. Also, he made the Dementor from scratch.
Right away, the Dementor I actually started working on even before I did the first cut. While they were logging the footage, I was working on getting the 3D Dementor working. He's got a lot of dynamic clothing simulations, which allows the clothes to blow in the wind. Really gives it that spooky Dementor feel. So I had to get all that done, got the 3D environment done for the Quidditch game. I had to 3D model a snitch as well. So we have that for future use. I had to animate the wings as well, which was interesting.
Thanks so much again to all of the donators and all of the fans for supporting our projects. We really couldn't do what we do without you.
We're Not Literally Productions.
I'm Erik.
I'm Ginny.
I'm Dana.
Thanks again for watching, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna tell them.
Are you still filming?
Yes. Back to business.
That is business. Let's be straight about it.
Yeah.
Wait.
Whoops.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, you guys see that? Thank you so much. I just totally freaking won. This hat is all wrong. Let's try it again.
So Alex, you're sitting on some strangers.
I am. We're
Not-
becoming fast friends.
Not 10 hours after you've arrived in Colorado. How does that make you feel?
I feel well supported.
And action.
Yeah! Steve Hole! Yeah!
1, 2, 3, arms up. Yeah.
I don't know if that'd be safe though for really.
Yeah.
Gryffindors don't care about save, let's be straight.
I feel like Waldo. I feel like Gryffindor Waldo.
Gryffindor Waldo.
All right, still cheering. I want arms up on 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
You pull off the mask with Voldemort. Got you.
Gryffindor didn't win the game after all.